Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I hope that you are subscribed. I hope you're subscribed. I hope you're subscribed. I hope you're subscribed. Join the growing family. I'd love to have you here. My name is Emma. I'm an LPN. This channel you can expect nursing content, career content, vlogs, lifestyle. We're gonna get to the lifestyle part this month. I'm going to try to do something a little different. I'm going to be sharing a little more lifestyle content with you guys. So in terms of content, do expect, my regular, so far I've been posting one vlog a week. Sometimes I do more, but do expect vlogs, weekly vlogs, and then a sit down video. If I get to do more, great, but do expect one vlog a week and one sit down video a week. And I'm not just a nurse, as much as I really do enjoy sharing the nursing side of things, but I also want to show you guys other things that I get into. Not that my life is very exciting. It's not, y'all. It's not. So I just wanted to start this vlog and quickly update you guys. Today's Tuesday, if I haven't mentioned that yet. I'm taking a lunch break right now. The morning started slow. Actually, today is slow in general. I haven't had a busy day. So I'm on my own. I have been on my own since yesterday. I actually got the news that I was going to get my own patient load last Friday. Last Friday was... We're going to talk about last Friday, because last Friday gave me a glimpse of what my schedule, what my days could potentially look like if I do have 200 and some patients, y'all. I was not ready for last Friday. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit, but I've been on my own since yesterday. I wanted to vlog my first day on my own with my own patient load, but I was like, let me just get through the entire day, and then I will share my experience with you guys. And so yesterday went great. I introduced myself to a few of my patients. As a matter of fact, they already knew I was going to be their new nurse, because it said that they received a text message from the company pretty much announcing that I was going to be their new nurse, and they were given my number and my email and stuff like that. So that was great. So what did I do yesterday? It was just a bunch of triaging patients for alerts, and then also I did a few monitoring calls and coaching calls for patients who had not yet taken readings for the month of December yet, or for patients who were just still not taking the readings daily. And so I was just making a few of those calls. The day went by pretty quickly. I have no complaints whatsoever on my first day on my own. So yeah, you guys, I was so excited when I got the news on Friday. My pod lead actually sent me a message. She's like, hey, the manager let me know that you're going to be given about between 50 to 75 patients, so just be on the lookout. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And all weekend long, I just couldn't wait to find out, how many patients I was finally going to have. And then so when I logged into work on Monday, I saw that I had 66 patients, y'all. I could have sworn that in the beginning of my employment, we were told that we're started off with 50 patients, right? 50 patients, you work your way up. Eventually, the cap is like 300 or 350 patients or something like that. I could have sworn the starting number was 50. Tell me why I'm getting started off with 66 patients. I'm not complaining. It's doable. And the only reason it's very doable to me is because this entire time I've been given lists of patients to monitor and all that. It's been more than 66, so I'm not so worried. It's not intimidating for me to have 66 patients right off the bat, but I'm just like, wait a minute, I thought we were supposed to have 50 patients. But anyway, that is that. I'm excited. I don't know how fast the patient load is going to be added onto my workflow. We'll see. I'm going to keep you guys posted about that. But so let's get on with the vlog. I'm going downstairs right now. I'm going to fix me some lunch. As you all can probably guess, I am going to make myself a salad. This time for my protein, I'm not going to have salmon with it. I was thinking more so tuna. So a tuna salad. And if I get a little hungry later, I'm probably gonna make me some like sweet potato fries or something like that. But it's so delicious. Mm. And that's it, y'all. For lunch, especially Monday through Friday, I really don't like to complicate things. It's very rare that you're gonna find me cooking like a big old meal or a complete meal for lunch. I typically like to have a really quick lunch, and usually that's a salad, unless I have like some leftovers that I want to have. I made some Mexican style rice a few days ago, but I'm not in the mood to eat rice. It's just, lately it's just been too much on my stomach. So I'd like to keep it light for lunch, and then dinner, it depends. Y'all, the salad is so good. It's wonderful. This is all I need for lunch, honestly, y'all. Like, let me take these glasses off. So my goal today, of course, is to continue monitoring patients. I do want to start doing some chart reviews very lightly just to get ahead. In the beginning of the month, the main focus is typically compliance, making sure that the patients are taking their vitals every single day, they're compliant with the readings, and then also monitoring calls. But the second half of the month, however, is mainly focused on compliance still. You still want to continue to encourage patients to take their readings, but also a big project for the end of the month is also to make sure that every chart has at least 20 minutes minimum requirements, and that's a requirement for Medicare. So I've heard that some nurses actually get a head start so that at the end of the month they're not so stressed with, you know, going through every patient's chart and making sure that they have 20 minutes. So someone told me that there is a nurse who literally by halfway through the month, she's already done with all of her charting. So all of her patients already have their 20 minutes in the chart, and so at the end of the month, she's not stressing like the rest of us. So I think I'm going to try that for this month. Maybe by December 20th, I want to see if I can close out at least like 90% of my patients' charts. I only have 66 patients. I think I can do it. If these nurses who with, you know, 170 to 200 to 300 patients can make it happen, there's no reason why I can't. So that's my goal today, is to do the monitoring, work on a few charts, and then end the day. I need to go grocery shopping. So I usually go to about 2 to 3 different stores for budget purposes, and to save money, I kind of have to like split my grocery errands to 3 different places. So Target, for one, if you guys didn't know, Target actually has the lowest prices when it comes to organic eggs. This past weekend, I went to Target and their eggs, like a dozen eggs, was like $2.90 something. Unheard of, y'all. I don't remember if it was on sale at that price or if that's the regular price, but it was 2 something. So I caught me 2 dozen eggs at Target. I also get my pasta sauces at Target. I get chicken breasts for my husband from Target, and I also get pastas from Target, and a few of our snacks as well. But those few items that we actually eat every single week are actually worth me driving to Target. And it's right around the corner. And then our grocery store, Publix, I usually get our bread. We eat White Mountain bread here only. Like we don't mess with any kind of other bread. So we can only get that at Publix. And then Publix, I also get my salad mixes that I just showed you, like the one I just showed y'all. I get it from Publix.
or I get it from the farmer's market. So the farmer's market, I get my fresh salmon, fruits, vegetables, all of the fresh produce. I get them from the farmer's market because you just get more for your money at the farmer's market. So yeah, that's how I end up going to 3 different places. The little stuff that I got, you guys, the little stuff that I got yesterday at Publix, y'all, $79. How? How can grocery shopping is not one of my favorite things to do, and the fact that we're in the middle of an inflation right now and everything's going up, it's even like it's making my hatred for grocery shopping even bigger.
Yo, these are so good. I've discovered these like a few weeks ago, and my daughter doesn't like the guava flavor. She does like the coconut flavor, but it's so good. And if you're someone who has like a wheat allergy, it's a great snack because it's made out of cornmeal. It's got guava puree, yellow corn flour, dark brown sugar, yellow corn meal, olive oil, sea salt, and rosemary extract. Literally the simplest of ingredients ever, and it's called Craze. And I get these from my local grocery store, and they're just so good, and they're addictive actually. So if y'all watched the beginning of my work from home vlogs, you know that I was really obsessed with these like peanut butter filled pretzels that I would get from Target. Well, I don't eat those anymore. I noticed that I was getting a little weight, y'all. And then I don't think the weight gain was from like the peanut butter. I think it's from all the salt because it was quite salty. So I'm giving those a break. Let me tell you guys what happened to me earlier this morning. So I was hanging out downstairs with my husband and my daughter. Between 9 to 9:30 is when they usually get up. And so when they get up, that's when I take my little morning break and we hang out. I fix breakfast and stuff like that. So we were hanging out and my manager calls me on my phone. We start to talking, and so basically she called to tell me that the queue that I was working out of, that it's not working effectively, and so she was just calling me to tell me to use another queue. And so we get to talking, and she goes, "Oh, do you know what I mean? Because are you near your computer? I can call you through Teams so I can show you what I'm trying to explain to you." And I started to say, yeah, let me go upstairs to my computer, but I was like, I look a mess. I'm still in my robe. My hair is still tied up. I still have a scarf on my head. Like, no. So I was just like, oh, I'm kind of downstairs with my daughter right now. And then my daughter starts to like yell and scream in the background. She goes, oh, it's fine. It's completely fine. But if you have any questions, just give me a call and I'll walk you through it. And I was like, oh my God, like I need to like get back to getting ready early in the morning because this whole thing with me like starting my day slow in my pajamas and my robe, and I just get up and I start my morning routine. I get up, I have my hot chocolate or tea or whatever, and then I just immediately hop on the computer and start my calls and start my monitoring calls. And then around I want to say 11:30, that's when I start to get ready, because at 12 o'clock every day I have my team meeting with my pod. So that's just kind of like the routine that I've started since I've been assigned to this team. And so today, my manager calling me and asking me if I'm like ready, available to get on a computer. I'm like, no, I need to do better with that. That was a low-key embarrassing moment for myself. So I don't have any alerts right now. So what I'm doing is just making a few monitoring calls, just calling patients who have not taken a reading yet. It's currently 1:55, and I still have patients who have not taken readings today yet. So I'm calling them. I'm also calling patients who have not taken a reading yesterday, and so on and so forth. If you've been watching my vlog, my work from home vlogs from the beginning, you know that I started my first day of work. I started with another nurse who also started on the same day as I did. So I ended up texting her. I was like, hey, if you're free, call me. Like, let's chat up. Let's take a little break. So we end up talking, and she tells me that she hasn't been assigned yet to her own patient case, but she told me that there's a nurse who's about to go on maternity leave, and the manager pretty much told her that she was going to be taking over this nurse's patient load. And I asked her, I was like, oh, well, how many patients does this nurse have? And she's like, 170 something. And I said, oh my God. So she was just kind of like venting, and a little nervous, a little anxious about having that much of a patient load to begin with. And also because, when you're taking over a nurse's entire workload, you're having to live to that nurse's workflow, her work expectations, and come to find out that nurse who's going on maternity leave, apparently she calls every single one of her patients. There's no text messages, no nothing. Apparently every single day she talks to them on the phone. And so my coworker is just like, she's a little on pins and needles. And I told her, listen, right off the bat, you're not expected to be performing at her level. She's been in this company for about a year and a half now, I think. And she's had more than enough time to build up to this kind of like work routine. And I kept telling her, like, just take it easy. If you need help, if you're falling behind on calls and charting or whatever, like, just let your team know. So, I mean, not to say that it's impossible, but we're both starting off. We're both very, very new to this job. And I don't see how she's expecting to perform as well as someone who's been there for like more than a year. I just don't see it. But I told her, take it easy and speak up if you need the help. Hey y'all, it's currently 3:57. I have obviously migrated downstairs. I don't know, it seems to be the thing now for me. Towards the end of the day, I just make my way downstairs. And I think part of it is because, so my office is basically towards the back of the house. The way the sun sets from the back of the house, and so towards the afternoon, like, there's so much warmth that comes into the office that like it's just too much light, so much warmth. And don't get me wrong, I love sunlight. But towards the end of the day when the sun is setting, it's just too warm for me. And so I migrate my way downstairs because it just feels a lot cooler. Speaking of cooling, it's been so cold lately that we've had to turn on the heater, especially the last few nights. Like, the temperature's been dropping to like the 20s. And so our heater has been running. And so today my husband tells me that, for the last few days, he's noticed like some noise coming out of the AC unit outside. And so he says that he's called someone to come out and take a look at it tomorrow. And I'm like thinking, this time last year, we definitely wouldn't have had to worry about that because, we were renting. But now that we're homeowners, like, it's hitting me that a lot of these issues now are our issues. Like, we've got to call and source out services for things like that. But anyway, so we're going to have someone come out tomorrow to take a look at it and find out why it's making so much noise. In the meantime, in between time, I'm not willing to spend the nights without heat. I mean, it's just impossible. Like, there's no way we can all sleep through the night without heat. So we're just gonna have to deal with some more noise until tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, it's exactly 4 p.m. right now, so I have one full hour of work.
it's slow today, y'all. I haven't had an alert pop up in my queue in like maybe 2 hours. And so what I've been doing is just reviewing charts. Like I said in the beginning of my vlog, I finally got my own patient load. I have 66 patients. So what I'm doing right now is just going over some of their charts and I'm doing some chart reviews and reconciling some medication. So I'm going in between their charts and the EHR. And then for those who have not taken the readings yet for today, I sent out a mass text message. Completely forgot about that feature. So I definitely took advantage of that. I selected all the patients that I wanted to send a message out to, and I sent out the text message reminding them to take their readings for today. And so we'll just see. I get off in about an hour. So if I don't get any alerts, means two things: either they still haven't taken the readings, or they've taken the readings and it's within range, so it's not alerting me or anything like that. So, and just wait and see if someone is going to throw an out of range reading so I can follow up with them. I do plan to make a separate video about the pros and cons to this job, but and I'm not necessarily, I don't think this is a con per se, but one of the things about this job is that, when you do have downtime like this, you still have to stick around on your computer because, at any given moment, you can have a patient who can either call you or have an out of range reading that's going to require you to follow up. So, so you're required to just always have your computer nearby with you just in case. So I'm just gonna stay put for the next hour, and then I need to be going to Sprouts to get some fresh produce for the week, and then also I'm thinking about stopping at Ulta. I need a few of my staples, and it's right next door to Sprouts anyway. Hey y'all, guess who's off the clock? Let me stop. I'm way too excited. It's 5:15. I was just kind of hanging out, going over charts, like I said, and then literally something told me to refresh my queue, and I had an emergent alert. I had a patient who was like really having a hard time with hypertension. So I triaged that call, sent a note to the provider, and then did the whole documentation thing. And literally at 4:35 is when I answered that call, and then I didn't finish till literally 5 p.m. on the night. I said, oh, time to shut off this computer. I am done for the day. So I'm heading to Ulta right now. I forgot to tell you guys about my Friday, y'all. Let me just make it quick. So on Friday morning, I woke up and my manager sent me a text message asking me if I can cover for one of the nurses in my pod. And I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, yeah, just cover her alerts for the whole day if you can do that for her. And so I did. Y'all, I logged in to the computer and accessed this nurse's queue. Right off the bat, 20 alerts. And it may not seem like much to you guys, but that is literally an entire day's worth of alerts, because you just don't know, number one, how long the conversation is going to be with that patient when you follow up with them. You just don't know. You don't know how that conversation is going to go, how much documentation you're going to be doing for each call. So it took me, I started the day at 8 o'clock. It took me until 2 p.m. to close out all those alerts, and then some more were popping up throughout the day. And so like I started the day with 20 alerts, but I'm pretty confident that I probably had like 30 to 35 alerts by the end of the day in total. So that was my day. I was very stressed. I worked up until 5 o'clock, y'all. I kid you not. I worked up until 5 o'clock, and at the end of the day, I text the whole group chat, and I was like, I told that nurse, I was like, I see why you took an entire week off a few weeks ago, because that was
that was madness. She has a total of like 230 patients to monitor, and so she's like, yeah, now you guys see why I'm always looking stressed. And I was just like, this is a lot. Like if that is her workflow every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, like something else needs to give. But on my next vlog, I'm going to tell you guys about some of the things that I've heard and learned about some stuff. We'll just save that for another vlog. Can I get some salmon, please? That middle piece is fine that I see. The middle piece right there. Yeah. I was on my way out of the store after paying for my stuff, because in front of the store there's like, they have like an arrangement of like fresh fruits that they have on sale, and I guess the grapes were on sale, so they had it literally at the entrance when you come in. Y'all, this man was literally positioned himself in front of the grapes, had one hand in his pocket and the other he was just reaching into the grapes and eating, and reaching into all the bags, all the different bags of grapes. Just like, I understand, like trying one is fine, you know, you want to taste it before you buy it, that's fine, but to literally stand there with your other hand in your pocket and you're just like having at it on every bag. See, this is a thing about buying fresh fruit. Like, this is a thing about buying things that are not individually packaged that get me a little cringy, for stuff like this, for people like that. And I'm like, how many tries, like how many samples do you need to have for you to decide whether or not you want to get these grapes? Like, seriously, for real, like how many samples do you want? Anyway, so I'm headed home right now. So you guys literally spent the entire day with me from morning until like evening. It's not every day that I leave the house to go grocery shopping, but sometimes when I don't get to do all of my shopping during the weekends, I typically will head out to the store sometime during the week because we need stuff. We run out of food. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you've made it this far in the vlog, I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Seriously. Subscribe, share my videos, and I'll see you guys next time.